I'm
okay?
ready. I want to be MAGA. It's so much easier. We can get the hats and everything.
You won't
I'm fucking ready.
win.
No,
Hey,
I will win because I'll just become MAGA, and then I'll get along with my parents better. And apparently my son too. So it'll be great. It'll be amazing. I'm the odd one out, okay? Let's go.
A group of people are showing up to dinner without putting on deodorant. And you're saying, you guys are kind of stinky. Nobody's going to want to eat with you if you guys don't put deodorant on before coming. Meanwhile, the other half of the table shits themselves and wears the same pair of fucking dookie-filled diapers for 2 days and then shows up with their shit-filled things going, yeah, I don't know why you guys just won't put on some fucking deodorant. The BO is kind of bad. And you're like telling us that somehow it's like on us to be better than that. That's insane to me. I'd rather just shit myself and join the fun side.
Bro, I never in a million years would I be like, you know what, the soy pill, you all right.
The line is where it's like, there is no electoral outcome where this ever matters, so we need to fight back and be violent about it. But we're just not in that moment right now.
Yeah, bro, Donald Trump is going to leave in 4 years. Destiny thinks that's not going to happen. That's insane.
Please, like, in good faith, answer me this. Do you not see that there's a potential, like, huge loss of voters on the left if they see now, like, a real equivalence between the left-wing politicians being okay with terrorist attacks?
If you are not disavowing political assassinations, you understand that you're feeding the narrative of the right. You are helping them win elections.
Right, but that's not just what this is about. Like, we're not avowing it, and we're saying that we're gonna, you know.
No, it's not about that. Political violence in America. You guys see that? Yeah. We're definitely not talking about that. No, we're not talking about that. He's definitely not the host right now. Okay, it just shows how much he's been paying attention to this. Wait, how long are we in? How far? Yeah, the last 3 hours, man. Holy crap.
I mean, you're just completely out of touch if you think that either of us are crazy. We're not saying everything that you would like us to say, but we're like obviously moderate, normal people. And again, maybe you don't like what we have to say, but then you are out of touch with the majority of the country.
True. Whoa. Ooh. True. True.
It's fine, and the majority of the country is fucking crazy. If it's okay to support somebody who uses the military...
Then by your logic, then we need civil war. If people like Gen Z Attorney and I are crazy, then yes, we do need civil war then. You should be coming to get people like us, because apparently the majority of the country is a threat to you.
True. Yes.
Remember when Trump signed that executive order like a week ago saying that police can join up his private new fucking, the state park guard or whatever the fuck he formed in D.C.? I know nobody here knows about that because nobody gives a fuck when Trump does on his shit, but...
So what? We have police forces all over the United States. So what if the thing is private versus, like, we have private security guards that literally beat up police officers, and they're all over the United States.
Let's bring on Soy Pill. Welcome to the show. Once he undeafened. Hopefully he will. Oh, there he goes. He's here. He's with us.
What's the Soy Pill gonna say?
What you got for us, sir? And we're gonna go quickly through these, by the way.
His internet's not working. Jeez.
Uh-oh. Okay, well, maybe we'll have to bring him on after. Okay, well, in that case...
No, I'm here. Is my camera not turning on?
It's not.
No.
Give us what you got, though.
Okay. Destiny, I apologize you had to talk to people who don't believe in January 6th, because I think I can just go ahead and concede we have the exact same views of everything on the right wing. That's not what I wanted to talk about. This idea of like not de-escalating is very confusing to me, because I don't know what you're trying to advocate for. Like when people on the right wing right now are calling for like more violence, we're going to war, like meeting them where they are in terms of playing dirty and saying, let's gerrymander California to make sure they can't steal seats makes perfect sense to me. Let's talk shit. Let's make jokes. Let's like absolutely not like go high because they went low. What do you like? Where does this lead when we're meeting them when they're talking about this violent rhetoric? Like, what do you actually advocate?
I would say very simply tit for tat. The other side can't feel like they can operate violently with impunity. Number one, my question to you, you responded one and two. My question for you, number two, when the South wanted to secede, should we have allowed them to do that?
No, absolutely not.
And going to war was an okay way to stop that?
Right. But are we saying that what the right is doing right now is akin to seceding?
It's approaching that, yeah.
Really?
When Donald Trump talks about sending the military to states to take over law enforcement things from them, when Gavin Newsom is making a speech inside and the federal officers are ordered to be stationed outside, it's not like a direct path towards what that looks like?
Right.
No.
So if you're talking about like abusing power and authority to maybe like get some things done in certain ways, like I'm not opposed to Gavin Newsom.
Hold on. I'm not talking about abusing power and authority. I'm talking about Donald Trump, the commander-in-chief of our armed forces, the president of the United States, stealing the National Guard from governors in states and then deploying.
Donald Trump didn't steal the National Guard, so he's just lying, okay, or just grossly over-exaggerating whatever happened. He didn't steal the National Guard. He's a president. The president has a National Guard. How do you steal something that's already yours? This guy is retarded.
Them against those states in order to do
Right.
things. Right.
So okay. So for that exact thing, right? Like, how do you match people there? Like, what is the match? What is like? Because if you're talking about let's not de-escalate, right?
We can quote the not quoted part of the Second Amendment, with state militias. All I'm saying is that you cannot lay down and die, right? It has to be a tit for tat.
I agree, obviously, but the difference between like, oh, let's not de-escalate, as in if they're trying.
Donald Trump to lower the temperature. I call for Donald Trump.
No. Okay.
Should say, hey, chill.
Right, but you and I both know he's never going to do that. So what are you actually advocating for the left wing to do? I
advocate for everyone on the left to say that the temperature needs to go down when Donald Trump does. That's what we should.
But what's the point if you know Donald Trump's not going to do that? Like, what are you actually saying when you say meet them where they are? This is the prisoner's dilemma. We have to do exactly what they're doing. What are we doing? Like if when I say that, I say, okay, yeah, absolutely. If Gavin Newsom is going to be like carving up redistricting, that's fine. But
in prisoner's dilemma, what's the worst outcome for you?
That you go to jail for like a life because you didn't agree for the 5 years that you would both get, right?
Yeah, prisoner's dilemma. Worst outcome is not the Civil War part. It's not where both of you betray each other. The worst outcome in the prisoner's dilemma is when they defect and you cooperate, right?
Right. Again, so this is why I'm trying to get this out of you. Is like, what are you actually advocating for? To meet something on the right? Like, if Matt Walsh is saying, let's commit violence, let's crack down, let's do some insane shit. Are you saying the left should also be saying this?
I mean, I don't know. It seems like everybody's getting violent now, so I don't know if the left has to say anything like that.
So you don't even know. You don't even know. Okay, all right, good one. He's so smart. He knows so much. Oh, I don't even know. I don't even know this answer question.
I'm just saying.
Well,
what I would say
that's
right
what I'm saying. So that's not meeting them where they are, right?
You should say what Elizabeth Warren is saying, which is, I'm not going to say shit about turning down the temperature until Donald Trump says shit about turning down the temperature. That's it.
Okay, but to me, that's a meaningless statement because you're not saying what I'm.
Statement.
Because no,
it is a meaningless
what do you actually have? Because when I hear this, when I hear you saying this, oh, it's the prison.
Yeah, it is a meaningless statement because you're basically saying, well, when the other guy says it first, then I'll say it. You're being a child. You're a child. That's why he says it's a meaningless statement, because you're acting like a child.
There's dilemma, and I'm looking at how bad the right wing is right now. It's like, oh shit, are you saying we should take up arms and prepare for the actual civil fucking war right now? Which is very different.
Arms to defend yourself. I think you should be ready to do that for sure.
But what are you actually advocating for in terms of meeting some of these crazy fucking like Laura Loomer, Valentina Gomez people on the right wing? Like, I don't think that we should be saying like, yep, we should start executing these people. Yeah, we should start rounding them up. And like, I get the education camps. Like, this seems like a total deviation from what I would advocate for, which is we're not going to back down. We are not going to stop fighting. But that doesn't mean we necessarily have to match every single thing that they're doing. Toning down the rhetoric is one thing. Like, hey, yeah, let's not cause for violence. That doesn't mean you have to, all right, yeah, let's step on my fucking back and do whatever you want. Like, I'm trying to get you to clarify what you're actually prescriptively asking the left wing to do. Because if it's already what they're doing, Gavin Newsom, Elizabeth Warren, that does not seem that crazy. But that's not what is coming out of your mouth. That's not how a lot of people are reading it.
Read it however you want then. If you don't like how you're reading it for me, then tell the right to chill it out.
I mean, I don't want to have to be the silencer on the Destiny filter saying, hey, he doesn't mean be violent, guys. He just means what the left's already doing, which is, if that is what you mean, cool. But
you don't have to mean anything. You can direct them to any video. I'll say the exact same thing. What should the left do? The left should say Donald Trump needs to turn it down. And until he does, fuck it. You don't say anything about any violence or whatever. Whatever's happening is happening. Okay. I'm not telling people to take up arms and go kill him. I'm just saying whatever happens is happening. And that's the state of our country right now is what Donald Trump wants it to be. Right now, Donald Trump wants it to be violent.
Would this be a prescription? Would this be a prescription?
So the housekeeping thing, since your camera just isn't working, so you're gonna have to give us your last thing, and then we're gonna cycle out. Okay?
You're gonna cycle me out in the middle of my role.
Are you in the middle of your role?
I'm in the middle of my role because you can't see me.
Finish the clip.
No clip needed. You shouldn't even be here. You have nothing valuable to add to this conversation.
Okay.
So Destiny,
yeah, sure,
you don't even believe in January 6th, dude. Just whatever. Anyway, Jesse, so are you advocating for it when someone on the left is to go, like, let's say this Charlie Kirk thing comes out. Turns out this guy was a hardcore lefty. He was like, yep, everyone, I was totally like invigorated by this and all these left-wing points, and this was the defend the trans community. You're saying we should not denounce that. All the people that you used and showed, look how much better the left wing is doing. President Obama, Joe Biden, all these people are denouncing this. Even George W. Bush, I think, did it. Donald Trump, I'm not trying to say we have to hold ourselves to the Donald Trump standard, but are you saying, oh no, we shouldn't denounce that?
You queue up the denouncement and you say, I'm ready to denounce it. Let me hear Donald Trump denounce violence on his side first.
What does that do?
It makes the other side calm their shit down. What do you mean, what does it do?
No, it doesn't. You and I both agree. Donald Trump is not going to back down.
Stop. If it doesn't, then it wouldn't do anything if we do it either. So then fuck it. Easy.
It does. Okay, because the problem that you're facing here.
Answer. That's I give you my answer. But you don't like it. I don't know what you're trying to get another answer to me. That's all I'm going to say.
Well, because you're not. Because it doesn't seem like you're actually advocating for anything right now. What you're saying is,
advocating for it. I'm advocating for you to pressure the right to tell their side to stop being fucking violent. The fact.
Why are you advocating for that when you and I both know that they're not going to do it?
I think they will eventually.
Wait, no, dude. Donald Trump is never going to back down.
They either do it or we end up, I guess, all fucking killing each other. That's it. I mean, what do you mean?
No, because the difference is I, like Wick, I believe that there's tons of off-ramps. Like, for example, if Donald Trump dies of a fucking stroke, I think they're just going to lose a ton of momentum. If, they say, oh, violence, or this, like, this is very similar to what they were doing post-Trump assassination. And yet post that, like, absolutely nothing escalated to a degree that I think anyone is expecting when people are crying out civil war, because it's, they're fucking pussies. Everyone forgets. And this stuff like goes into the wayside. Like, if you truly believe, like, if like I don't believe this, that we are in an existential.
I don't like the soy pill, but thank you for actually holding this retard to an actual standard. Thank you. Good job, soy pill. But apparently, if you're not January 6th bad, then you don't believe in January 6th. So that's kind of retarded for him to say. But hey, he's the soy pill. He's not going to be right on everything.
Moment in such that we cannot solve this electorally, then yeah, I would tell people, I don't even need to de-escalate. You should go get arms and we should go fight in the streets, but we're not even close to that yet. Like,
I
that
don't
might
think they've said
happen
that yet, have they? If they say that, then maybe I'll start saying that. You say what they say.
Okay, so right, if there's what?
No, continue.
Yeah,
just
if
quickly.
they're saying things such as, hey, let us crack down, let's throw these people in camps, let's like take guns away from trans people. It's like, okay, are we going to start advocating for that, or are we just saying, hey, are we going to say, I'm not doing stochastic terrorism, but I'm not going to denounce people that do a terrorism until you do it? Like, what is this accomplishing if, one, you and I both acknowledge this is not going to change their minds, and two, in your prisoner's dilemma, you've got people on the right who are calling for violence, and then people on the left who are meeting them there, but then all these people in the middle who are not part of this prisoner's dilemma, who are like the 66% of people, I guess, according to Pew Research, who says politics is way too volatile right now, and are screaming and begging for a fucking solution. And now an entire side of people are like, actually, no, there's nothing for you to look out for. Everyone is extreme. We're all calling for violence. We will refuse to denounce it. Like,
then the democracy is dead. If that's how retarded people are, then the experiment has failed. People shouldn't be allowed to vote freely. And then we go to the next form of whatever fucking government is. Either the socialists are happy, we move to that,
Christ.
or we do some type of monarchy.
Okay.
Or
we're nowhere close to that. We're nowhere close
you
to that,
keep
right?
saying that. People keep saying that, but the situation is getting more and more fucking insane, no? Have you mentioned
No, it is absolutely. No, that's the thing. Is like you and I are.
2 days ago. It's crazy.
I acknowledge that you and I are not going to disagree on a single thing about how crazy the right wing is. What I'm asking you is like, what do you if you think the only way to like combat this right now is to pressure them into like imagine like shaming the right wing into like toning down violence when we both know that's not going to happen, and maybe it could happen if left wingers do enough violence and we say, well, we'll tone it down when you do. Like, what is this? Where does this get us? What is going to happen after this?
Then eventually people either tone it down or we go to full on fucking conflict, I guess.
But and that seems like, but like, why are these the two only options?
Where does your situation get us if we constantly disavow and the right just keeps amping it up?
If they get more violent and they lose the election, then it doesn't nearly matter nearly as much if we have the power.
They win the election because what do people always say? I bet you've even said it. The left is feckless. The left doesn't do anything. The left is weak. Let's say that they keep amping it up and the left doesn't respond. Let's say that Donald Trump, which he's kind of geared up to do, I don't know if he'll actually fucking do it. If you would ask me a year ago, I'd say fuck no.
Oh, we're back at
I'm not sure.
real time.
Let's say Donald Trump does find a way to fuck with the election next year, right? And let's say they find a way to keep whatever majority they need. They really don't need fuck all with Congress because it's not like Trump listens to fucking Congress anyway. And everything keeps ramping up on the right. What is the outcome there?
Thank
God.
God.
No, like obviously, if we get to the point where it's like, oh, the fucking right wing is escalating, they're seizing power. Trump runs for a third term. He turns off the fucking elections. Like, yeah, at that point, there is power.
Okay, so
I'm not saying that we're not on the precipice.
We just haven't gone far enough yet, right? We have the same position. We just haven't gone far enough yet. So what's the line for you?
Yes. Well, the line for me is not where we are now, where I think there's obviously a way that we can electorally win both the midterms and the next election.
Tell me what the line is for you.
The line is where it's like there is no electoral outcome where this ever matters, so we need to fight back and be violent about it. But we're just not in that moment right now.
Okay,
yeah,
so
bro, Donald Trump is going to leave in 4 years. Destiny thinks that's not going to happen. That's insane.
2026, if they start fucking with the vote. So, for instance, they have done this a little bit, like when Congress wrote a letter to Texas saying, hey, we need you to wipe off 5 of your districts. If other states start falling in line with that,
if I believe the courts are so fucked that if he does an executive order, ban mail-in votes, shuts down the polling stations, and it's like there is literally
all right, now Destiny's talking about, they're taking away votes, but what Destiny is really saying is something that everyone has been using, gerrymandering, for years now, decades actually, and now that Republicans are starting to actually utilize it, he's like, oh, see, they're trying to take away votes. Take away votes. Like, this is such strong rhetoric for something that's been in existence that both sides have been using for a very freaking long time. Why do you think California is going to be blue forever? They literally have an in for that. But Republicans are taking away your votes. Oh, look, we'll see, elections are going to disappear forever. Like, it's so stupid. It's fear mongering. That's what he's doing. Fear mongering.
Courts can't save you, my dude. He tried to right away naturalize birth with an executive order. The courts can't save you proactively.
The courts literally can, because we were have TROs on certain electoral.
The reason why Trump took away the naturalized birth is because people would just literally fly here, a lot of people from China have been flying here, having a kid here, and then leaving, go back to China. But the kid technically is a U.S. citizen because he was born or she was born on American soil. And that's the thing that he took away. He took away that loophole because of the illegal immigration problem that we have right here. Because even illegal immigrants that will come here, have a kid here, and then they get a social security number, and then they're a citizen. But the parents don't even know English, don't know a lick of English, can't really function in the society that they came into, but yet their kid is still a naturalized citizen that gets all the rights for what it's like their key to like be in the United States. It's a loophole. It's a stupid loophole. It's a stupid incentive because like when you get here, well, your life is going to be miserable if you don't know how to like interact with the people that's already here. But they want to go to America because America's like the best country, which I get, but it's we're taking away that incentive, which makes it less of a chance that illegal immigration is going to happen, which is the whole problem that we have right here. But now Destiny's going to use it in this argument to be like, oh, look, see, look, they're doing bad thing. Trump doing bad thing, guys. It's not like you've been saying that he was going to do that thing during his campaign, but okay, I guess we'll just pretend that didn't happen.
Executive orders that he's doing right now. Like, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying this is not a dire situation.
My dude, the courts just got rid of the injunction. What are you talking about? The courts are
talking about the idea that if you think that there's no pressure to fighting back against what Trump's doing and anything in the system right now, which is very weird coming from you, because like I don't think that you believe in this, like, oh, the establishment is completely feckless and they'll never be able to get anything done. There's nothing we can do about it. Like, this seems so black-pilled and doomer. Like, yeah, if we're there, absolutely, I'm gonna start forming my little like military militia, but we're nowhere close to the. I mean, okay, don't get me wrong. When I say we're nowhere close, we are close. We're on the precipice of a lot of things.
This is why I'm blackpilled. Donald Trump this morning on Fox and Friends, okay, was asked what should we do, or what did people say that they're worried or whatever. What do you think about like bringing the country back together? And Donald Trump said, I don't care about bringing the country back together. Okay,
sure.
You hear me say that, right?
Yeah.
Gen Z and Tally, has Donald Trump done enough yet for you to have voted for Kamala instead?
No.
True.
That's the point, right? So yeah, it's fucked.
Yeah, if
Shit
Gen
is
Z,
so
okay,
fucked.
I would agree with you 100%. If Gen Z was every single voter in the middle and the independent, Gen Z, we can both acknowledge is a fucking retard. Tally, I've also called this for the same thing. Unless you disavow and say you wouldn't vote for Trump anymore, I think there are so many people. Like, let's put it this way: my parents don't know who the fuck Charlie Kirk is. A lot of people don't know who the fuck Charlie Kirk is. So they're hearing this and they're like, "What's going on? What's going on?" If Dem politicians are now coming out and matching Donald Trump's rhetoric, if that's what you're advocating for, like Dem politicians coming out and saying, "Hey, you know what? No, this is the rights problem," in the same way that he's like, "Yeah, after the shooting, I'm going to crack down on the left wing." That's fucking insane, because these people who have no idea what the fuck is going on with the Charlie Kirk assassination are now going to see like the politicians they otherwise would have supported like falling into the same like fascist rhetoric that Trump is, and like where does that get us? Those people are not going to keep voting. They're going to be hesitant. This is going to
the
turn
left
out.
wing are doing that though, because that's what the right keeps saying.
No, I'm talking about like my progressive liberal parents. I'm not talking about.
Here's what we're
Those people
like,
were lost 4 years ago. Like, people are online. People know this shit. People watch this shit. I've had normie friends.
I promise you, this is like online pilled as fuck. Like, like there's a
True.
reason like why I'm going to go home tomorrow or whatever and talk to my parents. I'm going to be like, who the fuck is Charlie Kirk? What
They're
the fuck is a
gonna have no
boyfriend?
idea that Charlie Kirk, the guy who's made over 300 college campus visits, who's raised like fucking $500 million, the guy who's calling Donald Trump and has him appear on stage at an event, none of them have any fucking idea. Well, like, this guy is one of the most popular influencers in the United States.
Dude, you're vastly overestimating the fact that most people are not as politically tuned in as you and I are. Like, not even fucking close. The people do not know who this guy is. Like, this is such a like online position to a degree. Like, if you ask like people that are
He's completely Destiny's a completely different planet. Oh my god.
hyper online, like people that I talk to that make YouTube videos, they don't even know the fucking difference between like Matt Walsh and like Michael Knowles, because these people are fucking know like
don't know. Sure, there are people that are that unplugged, but we can't rely on those people to save us anyway, because it's not like
they're the majority of the voters.
Yeah, but they're not going to be voting. They're going to tell me that those people don't know who Charlie Kirk is, but they're going to know when Matt Walsh points out that a radical trans
those people are going to know
Twitter,
when Joe Biden comes out and say we have to go after the right wing in like a violent, like fascist way, like the same way.
What I'm saying is that what they need to say is they need to say we don't disavow until the right does. That's a super easy.
You don't think there's like a huge swath of like not tuned in voters who, if they saw Joe Biden say I will not disavow like a terrorist on the left wing, that would push them away from Joe Biden?
Then our country's fucked and we deserve to go to whatever the next stage is.
No, that's the thing. Our country's not fucked. It's not that fucked.
What you're talking about is fucking retarded. You keep talking about all these fucking retarded games we have to play. Well, we have two actual retards here that we have to pretend are normal adults. You're talking about a politically maneuvered environment where there's a guy driving us towards civil war, and you got fucking dipshit on the left that apparently doesn't know any legal event that's happened in the last 10 years of being a lawyer, and you got a fucking Israeli Jew on the right only cares about trans issues, and you're talking about how do we perfectly message on the left while the president of the United States talks about driving civil war.
Perfectly message. Hold on, stop.
You are retarded, and I'm tired of acting like everybody has to be treated like a fucking retard.
It's not a retard. It's the bare minimum to say we disavow. Shut up. It's the bare minimum thing to say, hey, we disavow assassinations on political targets.
And
that is the easiest thing to do in the world.
It is the easiest thing to do, but Destiny is he's online pilled. He's completely brain broken from the online space. He thinks he actually thinks that 50% of the people in the country actually know who Charlie Kirk is. Bruh, a good, decent 50% probably heard the name. People that actually know who he is, that's definitely sub 30%. But guess what? How many people actually, I'm not even gonna go there.
But please, like, in good faith, answer me this. Do you not see that there's a potential, like, huge loss of voters on the left if they see now, like, a real equivalence between the left-wing politicians being okay with terrorist attacks, like, and they wouldn't feel like a little disenfranchised? And, like, the people that I'm describing, not the fucking retards that don't care about January 6th. Let me just finish. Like, the people I'm describing.
There is a potential problem. If the liberals are weak and cucked and gay, the liberals need to stand up and take a firm position on it. I think you could very easily say, I think you should make the government shut down about that when the budget comes out. You should say, hey, we are not going to fund the government unless Trump makes one of our conditions. Trump needs to make a 5-minute speech saying all political violence in the country needs to end. And you know what? If that plays worse for the liberals, if liberals go, oh my God, Democrats are demanding the president,
I completely agree with you, though.
Violence? I need to vote for a fucking conservative now. Then fuck it, bro.
I completely agree with what you just said.
Uniform, and I'll sign up for whatever guard power, concentration camp, whatever. I don't care. All right? Fuck it. Dude,
understand this. What you just said is a far cry from what I think you were saying like 5 minutes ago, right? If you're saying let's fight, no, but listen.
The same rhetoric should say, what do you want to do? What do you want to say? War? Say kill somebody. Say kill somebody.
Listen. Okay, look. If you're saying let's play dirty, let's shut down. No, but yeah, let's shut down the government until Trump disavows, like, stochastic terrorism is a perfectly good example of, like, this is the dirty, let's go low.
Terrorism,
whatever, excuse me. Yes, thank you, because he's being the stochastic terrorist. But yes, if you're saying let's shut down the government, let's play fucking dirty, let's withhold funding, like, yeah, all of these things are things I'm totally okay with. That is not, like, if we don't do this, we're de-escalating. In fact, if anything, this is at least, like, halfway as bad as they're doing. Like, when Gavin Newsom's redistricting, he's not doing it unilaterally. He's literally saying, hey, people, you should vote on this. What I'm saying is that's a far cry away. In fact, that is what people want. I think that's what we need to do right now. I think that's going to invigorate the left wing. But if you're then saying, okay, and also we have to match them on the rhetoric, which is very different from let's fight them, let's go as hard as we can. That's very different from saying, yeah, we don't disavow terrorists. That's completely fucking different.
You have, when one side wants to fight, you have two options. You can either meet it or you can exceed it. Okay?
No,
you
that's asymmetrical
warfare.
Why are those the other two options? Because you can't de-escalate. If somebody comes
I didn't say de-escalate. What you just said is an escalation.
Yes, I'm just saying, I just want you to be clear that when you're talking about, what I'm talking about is not escalation. Tit for tat is not escalation, okay?
No, it's escalation from the Democratic rhetoric of not doing shit for 10 years.
Well, that's
like,
fine.
We both acknowledge, like, this is finally them fighting harder, right?
That's fine. And if the Democratic rhetoric goes all the way back to where it was before, whatever, you don't de-escalate at all. If anything, it might even get worse. There's a reason why MAD only works when everybody has nukes, right?
I agree, right?
One person disarms.
Again, wait, no, this is because this is what I'm talking about. This is a spectrum, right? This is not a dichotomy. I'm not saying we have to fucking disarm and do nothing, and we have to be like, oh, we're the better party, and we can't say mean jokes. Like, you and I literally were on the same team of a fucking debate saying, yes, let's fucking joke about these assholes. The difference is when you say, let's fight, let's shut down the government, let's redistrict, like, these are all escalations, which I agree with, which we need to do to fight back because this shit is fucking insane. It is potentially existential. It's not so far that we need to meet them on the level of let's endorse political terrorists on our side.
Bro, I never in a million years would I be like, you know what, the soy pill, you all right. You all right, Soy Pill. You all right. Thank you for holding him to an actual standard. Thank you for showing how unhinged this Destiny person is. Holy crap. You are terminally online, Destiny. Soy Pill? Okay. All right. Okay. I'll actually look into your January 6th stuff. Yeah, it's kind of you know what? I think I'm changing my mind on the Soy Pill. I think I'm going to take Soy Pill's take a little bit. I think Soy Pill has moved me a little bit. He's keeping this guy at a good standard. Destiny has completely fell off the cliff. Like, his plane got lit on fire when he had that take during the... Imagine Destiny's a plane. He's flying. It's flying. His plane's caught on fire. I mean, not his plane. One of his engines on his 2-engine plane caught on fire. All right. At the time when Destiny couldn't disavow or double down on the whole freaking... Or he couldn't disavow, or he doubled down on the fact that Corey Comforter died during the Trump assassination attempt. That's when one of his engines started flying down. He started making fun of it. He made fun of it a little bit. He didn't want to disavow it because he's like, well, the other side needs to disavow this other things first before I disavow this. And I'm like, bro, someone just shot the president and you're playing whataboutism games during a time when someone, like a literal president, almost got like deleted, and then making fun of the guy that actually did get deleted because the guy missed the president, clipping his ear. Like, bro, yeah, okay. So one of his engines started falling down. This guy, this Destiny person, one of his things are completely gone. Like, his engine's going. Like, now, you know how like planes, they can only there's a maximum height difference between a single engine, because it doesn't have enough thrust to maintain that altitude. So it has to go down altitude and level off there. Well, that's what happened after he did that. Leveled off, his engine was on fire, but luckily he had fire suppression. He was able to burn it out because it took a while, and he had enough time to kind of suppress the fire, and people kind of like moved on. And then Destiny started a year later. I think Destiny ended up making fun of the whole Texas flooding when the kids ended up like dying. And well, first they went missing, and then it was confirmed that they were dead. Like, it was a flooding that happened in Texas, and since Texas is red, and Destiny's like, well, they probably should have had better policies if they didn't want to get destroyed by a flooding, right? Those kids in that camp, yeah, sorry, but your parents didn't advocate for better policies for you guys so that you wouldn't get killed by natural disasters. So that's too bad on them. And then Destiny kind of like made fun of it by saying, oh, NordVPN, I guess God deleted those kids because they didn't use hashtag Destiny NordVPN. I'm like, bro, literally one day after that happened. But yeah, and that's when his second engine caught on fire. And then he started going down, flying down. And now he's basically, after that, he was basically gliding. And now the Charlie Kirk stuff. He's flying, he's gliding. And now, right now, he is at the place where his plane has completely smashed into the ground and crashed and burned. And yeah, he's crashing and burning. And even people like the Soy Pill is actually calling it out. Wow. Sad. Sad to see. It's kind of sad to see. I don't make fun of Destiny's personal life and the legal stuff that he's going through. I won't do that. No. But pointing out how retarded he is on the online sphere of the political place, that's where I'll criticize him, and that's where I'll maintain my attitude towards him on that. And Soy Pill, thank you. And you know what? I'll look into the January 6th stuff. Just for you, Soy Pill. Just for you.
Like, this is just
maybe
not the same
not for
thing.
you yet, but for some people, I mean, like, it's cool for us because it doesn't fucking matter at the end of the day, I guess, right? But the Supreme Court just said that if you go to LA and there's a
Oh, really? It doesn't matter if they break out the Civil War and they start like shooting everyone with guns and stuff, and then guess what? People aren't going to go to their jobs anymore because the streets are filled with crime. So guess what? Your cellular service, they're not going to maintain those generators anymore. So goodbye internet, like, bro. All those substations, all those power plants, like, bro, like, they're just not going to maintain that now. Are you really think nothing's going to happen to you after being so doomer-pilled? Like, this is actually kind of retarded.
Brown dude doing agriculture, you can fucking ask him for his papers, right? They start rounding up and deporting random fucking people.
No,
I know it's a joke because fuck Hispanics. I agree. Okay.
Oh, yeah, brown people. Oh, brown people. Yeah, like, you really have to say it like that, Destiny?
Racist too, I guess. Whatever the fuck. Yeah, that's the laugh. That's the position, right? For how many people is fucking trans healthcare banned for now? And again, these people are jokes. Who the fuck cares? We're white and base. I get it.
You're preaching to the choir, dude. You will not get me to disagree with any of this.
At some point, it's going to be, oh shit, I can't get my certain type of medication anymore because RFK just banned fucking SSRIs or ADHD drugs.
You're preaching to the choir. I agree with all of this. The difference is not that I don't think any of that is like the worst shit ever. Some people, yeah, are literally dying, like we said, and the fact that we're brushing off USA deaths is fucking wild to me. But it doesn't matter. That's besides the point. Like, the idea that somehow any of that would be helped by saying we're not going to disavow left-wing terrorists is fucking insane. If I don't see how that doesn't do anything but hurt us.
Maybe it makes them afraid. Maybe when you go out.
No, okay.
Maybe when
you remember when you said prima facie they already presumed the worst.
Maybe when you go out. No, but they don't really. They just sell it well because you know that they don't give a fuck.
What do people do when they're afraid?
Maybe they adjust their behavior.
Yeah, but they also, when you corner a rat, it strikes out. When you have people living in fear, they strike out. And it gets worse. Making them afraid? Do you think that's going to help?
You guys are so fucking gay. Oh my god, it gets worse.
Ugh,
the president of the United States already maximally, he's already said the worst shit you can. Why do you guys keep pretending?
Okay, so you acknowledge that we're not going to make them more afraid, right?
Can you? Okay, I don't know.
You just contradicted yourself. You just said the president is at the worst level. I agree, and we're not contradicting.
This is what I'm saying. They're already maximally posting. They have no fear. They don't care. For Matt Walsh to type that statement out, I don't even know if I would have the balls to go on and be like, all right, guys, we need to fucking do the fucking worst to them, right? I am already knowing that the things that I'm saying means I'm probably going to have to postpone or cancel the next couple events that I do. The fact that all of them feel right now on the right that they can operate with absolute and utter impunity because the president is protecting them, because the left is cucked and weak, because nobody wants to say or do anything. There are some chilling effects that are good. You should be afraid to go out on media. Shut up the fuck up. You should be afraid to go on news channels and say, I think we should have a war.
He's telling Soy Pill to shut up because he knows that he completely destroys Destiny in debates.
I think that we need a fucking
and the method of imposing that fear should be to approve people taking their lives. Is just to be clear.
Well, on the right now, that's where they're at. Is it killing people is based and awesome because we can just say the left did it. Do you acknowledge that right now people on the right seem to have no fear whatsoever? At least the media guys seem to not really give a fuck.
Well, this is what I'm getting to. It sounds like what you're advocating for is we need to make the right afraid by having more left-wing terrorists and even endorsing them, because that's the only way to get them to shut the fuck up.
I'm just saying you don't have to cuck out and try to call it out all the time. Why is it so hard to just say that my answer is, if somebody asks you to disavow, you say, hey, you know what? I would love to disavow, which I would, because violence is bad, which it is, because it makes me scared, which it does. I just want the president of the United States, the leader of your movement.
Yeah, I'm just a child. I'm just a child. They need to do it first. They need to do it first, because I can't. I can't. They need to do it first. Like, bro, like, shut up.
To do it first.
You baby.
Right.
You're a baby.
Because that does nothing. You and I both.
They gotta do it first. They gotta do it first.
President of the United States, the leader of your movement, to do it first. Why is it so fucking hard?
Because that does nothing. You and I have already both acknowledged that's going to do absolutely fucking nothing.
Big baby boy Destiny is crying right now. He's crying. See, why can't my side? Wait, they gotta do first.
He's not going to do it. So what's the point?
Okay, then we're fucked.
What do you no? Because we're not necessarily fucked if we can.
Okay, so he has no answer. He has no answer. Either we be a big baby bitch, or either he keeps spouting his big baby bitch statement, or is like, oh, now I guess we're screwed then.
Out of the situation without endorsing more political terrorists on the left wing.
Okay, then keep doing it. We'll see what happens. That's fine.
Okay.
It hasn't worked so far at all.
Yeah.
So far, it's been a losing strategy. So, and historically, it's never worked. So, but who knows? Maybe this will be the one time it does.
Soy Pill, you're welcome to stay if you like. I think you're a good addition. But we gotta get more people in.
Okay,
Ghosts, you're here. What do you got? Hopefully your mic works. I can hear something.
Like a ghost, we can barely perceive him.
Okay, we're gonna give you a little bit more, then we're gonna switch. One last try, buddy. Okay, well, next. I got it. Okay, what's up? You're live.
Oh, hello.
What do you got?
I just have some words for Gen Z attorney.
Hey, we go way back. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I wrote down some notes for things that you had brought up. You kept saying that you think there's another way besides extinction or fighting. You think that because you're not one of the people who's going to be extincted, you're a fucking Republican and you voted for Trump. You think that all the people on your side are still, it's all LARPing and cosplaying right now, all the shit that people are saying online. You think it's LARPing and cosplaying because they're on your side and you don't give a fuck because they're not targeting you. And every time somebody brings up the fucking military shit, you laugh with your smug little smile on your fucking camera that we can all see. Because even though you self-admittedly don't know shit about the military, when Destiny kept asking about you about it, you said you don't know fuck all about it. When Trump rigging the next election is brought up, you do the same fucking shit. You don't disavow any of it. You can say, I condemn Jan 6. You still voted for Trump after it. I fucking talked to you about it after the last debate. You fucking kept going, oh, well, I don't know, the indictments. I don't understand what the fuck is going on in your brain. How you call yourself a lawyer and you just complained about Kamala Harris reposting a bail fund. Yeah, you call yourself a former prosecutor. You say you're a criminal defense attorney now. How the fuck do you, do that? You don't know shit about Trump breaking the law. Every time Destiny brings up something about Trump breaking the fucking law, you don't know shit about it. You didn't know about the law firms being targeted specifically in different executive orders, about the mass exodus of lawyers leaving these different firms because they're upset that their firms capitulated to Trump?
Anything else?
Do you even regret your fucking vote for Trump after all this shit? The answer's gonna be no, because you don't know shit about it, because you don't give a fuck, because it doesn't affect you.
I'm just waiting for him to be done.
I think he's done. Go ahead.
Okay.
And then we can cycle.
I mean, obviously, that's a lot to respond to. You're probably going to be unsatisfied, but I'm not a terminally online person. I do my best to keep up.
Is it terminally online to know what the
fuck is... Oh, he just got triggered. Terminally online. Yes, true. Base.
Happening in the industry that you work in?
Yeah, if you want to dive down into the weeds on every single legal development, because guess what?
Every single legal development?
Any idea how many Supreme Court
president of the United States
each year?
Signing executive orders targeting specific law firms? Some of the biggest law firms in the country?
And so in the time I've had to sit here, I've been able to do a little bit of research, and even looking into that, I'm starting to feel like I'm probably going to start to agree more and more with it. If we're talking about specifically Perkins Coie, with the rationale being the Steele dossier,
they worked with Hillary.
Fusion GPS. Yes, if we're talking about promulgating false information.
Yeah, now you agree with it. You didn't know shit about it a few minutes ago.
How it always works.
Because I said I'm not going to.
Fuck. You don't care.
I said I'm not going to
comment. You don't care about your fucking country.
I said I'm not going to comment.
You don't give a fuck about the law. The Constitution.
I said I'm not going to comment until I have more information. I can give a more informed opinion on it. And guess what? Because that's called having restraint and not just popping off and sounding off on every single thing under the sun.
Coward.
True. Oh, it's because not popping off of things because they don't know all the information. Yeah, that's called a coward. Okay, good one. That's a coward by holding restraint and doing that. Good one. This is a real DGGer right here.
Loser and being ignorant about shit going on in your country.
Yeah, the name calling. Yep, that's how you know he's a DGGer, because that's all what Destiny does. He just call people names. And whataboutism. Oh, well, Trump did this. Trump did this.
Because none of it affects you.
Okay, remember when we were talking after the stream last time, though, and I started asking you questions about presidential criminal immunity, about the hush money case, and you had no idea what we were talking about, and I walked all over you with it.
What the fuck are you talking about?
We're good, I think. I don't want to rehash another stream, but thank you.
We can do it again anytime.
Yeah, for calling in, and I appreciate your words.
Thanks, Wick. Appreciate it.
Let's bring in. You're live. What do you got?
Yeah, what's up, Destiny? How do you think we solve this problem? Like the like dealing with like Republicans and stuff.
The leftist has to stand on principle more and not be afraid.
Or they shouldn't, meet the.
All right, I'm just gonna skip to like real time because I'm actually in this and I might get sent in and I need to know what they were just talking about.
Right.
But regardless.
It's just like this, there's going to be something, but people, I guess we only have concepts of a plan on how this de-escalation would look like. But if they're not going to de-escalate, they're just going to say, oh, the left did it forever until, people are like, oh, when's the shooting?
They're going to lose the election if they do it and we don't. But if we both do it, they'll win the election. That's the difference.
Yeah.
True.
That's what's going to happen.
True. And honestly, keep doing it. Keep doing it. Honestly.
Predicting the future. I feel like I'm Cassandra and Nick.
Yes, I'm ready. I want to be MAGA. It's so much easier. We can get the hats and everything.
You won't win.
No, I will win because I'll just become MAGA and then I'll get along with my parents better. And apparently my son too. So it'll be great. Election. It'll be amazing. I'm the odd one out. Okay, let's go. Neo-Nazis. I can vote for Fuentes in the next election. Hell yeah.
If it's an unfair election, then how the fuck are we going to get to that point? Because that's a big chance if we keep escalating.
If they are messing with the votes and closing polling places, my position changes. But we aren't there yet. Okay.
They are doing that. They literally tried to actually rig the fucking election. What are you talking about?
January 6th, they tried, but they failed miserably. And they didn't try to rig the election. They tried to overthrow the election, which is a different thing. No one was stopped from voting.
Just to be clear, Wick has literally the Ben Shapiro talking points implanted in his brain. The guardrails held. That's what he just gave you. This is insane to me. I feel like crazy.
Am I incorrect?
No, you're right. The guardrails held. You're right. You're 100% right.
Therefore, we don't have to meet them where they are and try to steal the election, right?
So
we don't have to replace the guardrails until we've already crashed through them and hurled off the fucking cliff.
Okay, listen. By replacing the guardrails, I mean disavow political assassinations. That's what I mean. Disavow political assassinations. I think it's an ice cold take to take.
That's not just what this is about. But the problem is that when we get to this point, I feel like you and people who have this opinion are basically, the
disavowing political assassinations.
Vietnam is going to be leaving, and you're going to be looking up at it like, damn, I should have been in there. Like, at that point, what do you do?
Hold on. If you are not disavowing political assassinations, you understand that you're feeding the narrative of the right. You are helping them win elections.
Right, but that's not just what this is about. Like, we're not avowing it, and we're saying that we're gonna,
No, it's not about that. Political violence in America. You guys see that? Yeah. We're definitely not talking about that. No, we're not talking about that. He's definitely not the host right now. Okay, this just shows how much he's been paying attention to this. Wait, how long are we in? How far? Yeah, the last 3 hours, man. Holy crap!
Meet them where they are with Rhetoric. Like, we're gonna say as much as they are, but apparently, I guess that's
okay. I'm sorry.
This is the whole contention. No, this is the whole contention.
No. Shut the fuck up. Your contention is retarded.
No, it is not because you're.
What's happening?
No, Destiny's contention is retarded and he knows that he lost the debate because all he's doing is calling him retarded. That's not an argument. But okay, good one, Destiny.
A group of people are showing up to dinner without putting on deodorant, and you're saying you guys are kind of stinky. Nobody's going to want to eat with you if you guys don't put deodorant on before coming. Meanwhile, the other half of the table shits themselves and wears the same pair of fucking dookie-filled diapers for 2 days, and then shows up with their shit-filled things going, yeah, I don't know why you guys just won't put on some fucking deodorant. The BO is kind of bad. And you're telling us that somehow it's on us to be better than that. That's insane to me. I would rather just shit myself and join the fun side.
Destiny, when Donald Trump said, Proud Boys, stand back, stand by, this is pretty much an endorsement of terrorism. Do you think we should meet him there and that we should actually say those things?
I'm not going to fed post with you. I'm not fed post with you.
I'm not telling you to say that. I'm saying we shouldn't do that. And what I was trying to get you to say was, obviously, when you say, hey, we refuse to condemn this violence until you de-escalate, it's already there.
Why are you repeating what I already said to say?
Because I think you don't understand my understanding of it.
We just don't disavow anything until Trump does. Make him disavow first. I don't say you have to support anything. I didn't say you have to be like, oh yeah, go kill everybody. I didn't say that.
Right, but that's what the right's doing. Right, so we're not meeting them with.
So Destiny doesn't have an answer. He basically just doesn't have. It's either a child's game or he has no answer.
They are, right?
Okay, if you want to say that, then sure. But I said what I said.
Okay, that's all I'm saying. If you're saying it's a prisoner's dilemma, we have to match them exactly. No, because they're fucking insane. They're endorsing terrorists. They're saying, stand back and stand by. And if you're acknowledging we should not do that,
you might have to, right?
You
acknowledge that.
Okay. Yes, and we don't have to do that now, right?
Sure, but what is the point for you? Because you're not going to know it until it's way too fucking late if you wait on this sort of attitude. Well,
the whole point is that it's not now, you retard. Oh, but when? Oh, okay. Build me a time machine and I'll tell you when. Oh my God, Destiny. What type of question is that?
In the next election or whatever.
If you're completely black-pilled electorally, I understand. That's probably my line too.
And he's completely terminally online. So obviously take everything that Destiny's saying about the whole political sphere right now with massive chunks of salt.
I think we're there yet. That's all I'm saying.
Okay. Katya, anything else before we cycle through?
Yeah, I just wanted to say to Soy Pill, like, what's your opinion on, for example, I mean, like earlier today on the Fox and Friends interview, where Donald Trump said, when they were asking him to disavow like the violence or say that we shouldn't be asking for war, be like, oh, they were gonna get revenge in the ballot box, but the election's rigged, but the voting by mail and Jimmy Carter and blah blah, all that stuff. Like, what do you say at that point? Because they're not willing to de-escalate. They're saying that voting isn't going to work. What now?
Yeah, just to be clear on my position, I am a progressive. I think Donald Trump is an existential threat to this country. I think he's like accumulating power in ways that could potentially completely fuck our country for the rest of forever. We're already probably at points where there is irreparable damage, but that does not mean that I think we need to be exactly as bad as them. And it seems like we actually agree on that, which is fine. But that doesn't mean that anything that he has done is good. It's fucking insane. Just to be clear.
Okay. Gotcha.
Like,
we're not. Hold on. Why do you keep saying we're as bad as them?
Because that's my understanding. I'm not saying we're as bad as them. No. I'm saying
even if
when
we
you
were
say
to go full violence, do you think that fighting for a liberal constitutional democratic government is the same thing as fighting against it? And
no.
When we had the insurrection against the British, were both sides equally bad? In the Civil War, were both sides? Then stop doing false equivalence, saying that we will be.
The difference is if we're in that moment. I'm not saying we're so bad. How can we live with ourselves? Look in the mirror, libs. I'm saying unless we're in that moment, we don't need to escalate that far, and it's going to hurt what would otherwise be the electoral like possibility of us winning right now. But that doesn't mean we have to de-escalate rhetoric. That doesn't mean we don't have to fight back. It just means we don't have to be as bad. So when I interpreted what you said was we have to be as bad as them as rhetoric. We have to meet them on the rhetoric. It seems like you don't necessarily have what my misconstrued idea of what you were saying was, which is, we don't have to say we endorse terrorism, but we do have to, escalate it. We have to be a little bit like in between what the fucking maximum bullshit that Trump and Matt Walsh and all these insane people are doing. Okay, cool. As long as you're saying we don't have to meet them exactly there, then I think that's not nearly so insane as I thought you were being.
Okay.
I mean, especially not with actions, but I feel like it's different to distinguish those, I guess.
Thank you for calling in.
All right, nice talking to you guys.
Wick, just an
Adios.
administrative thing. I know there's a long line anyway backstage. We probably won't. There's no way we're gonna get to everyone anyway. But there are people who are.
We'll do 3 more. We'll do 3 more, then we'll call it. Okay. So I'll let you.
There are people in the server.
I had a question for you, Wick, actually, about what you just said.
Aren't able to access the backstage. I don't know.
That's because they haven't done the rules right, and they got to learn how to do the rules. Okay. They can accept the rules by clicking on my face emoji. Then they'll be able to see all the channels. Ask me your question, and I'll.
Okay, just real quick. Yeah. So let's say Trump tries to pull the Jan 6 Eastman shit again in 2028. In your opinion, what is his chances of actually pulling it off this time?
It's higher because he has more people in places of decision-making power than he did before.
Oh my God, this is so stupid. I just remembered I was recording. The answer to that question is 0. It's lower. It's lower. And the reason why it's lower is because after... in 2021, when Biden came in, Congress, and I think Biden, made an executive order, or Congress passed a law to amend the wording with the Eastman theory, which made it more clear on what that thing that the vice president was able to do, like what he was and was not able to do. It made it more clear, and they clarified it because it was ambiguous. So the thing that they were hinging on, that the vice president was supposed to be able to have the power to do, they made it less ambiguous. They made it less ambiguous and more clear that I guess he can't do that. Unless they ruled it that he could do it. I'm not sure on which way they ruled it. All I know is that they made it less ambiguous and more clear. So either Trump has way less of an ability to do that same Eastman thing because literally they had to change the law, or clarify the wording of that law to make it so that people weren't able to do that, or they actually made it so that actually the vice president does have the power to do that, and it's not ambiguous anymore. But I highly doubt the Biden administration made it so that it would be easier for Trump to do that. Like that's kind of retarded. So obviously the other side, the latter, the first thing I said was true. But yeah, so this is if you don't even know what happened then that's interesting. And I remember someone brought it up to Destiny, and it was like, well, so what if they did do that? That doesn't mean anything. Like he tried to dodge it.
I still don't think it's necessarily that high, though. I can't give you an exact percentage. I'm sorry, but it's less than 50. It's more like 10.
Really?
10.
Wait,
You're saying that he would do it? A question. Wait, Deb. Him trying that again with all of his cabinet that he like as or complete sycophants or whatever. He has more power than Hitler did when he tried to do the Enabling Act. No.
I'm not sure. Maybe.
With Donald Trump controlling every part of the government and having already the populace would or not every part of the government, every part of the executive power for him to be able to fabricate whatever document he wants. That's more power, I believe, than when Hitler passed through Parliament the Enabling Act.
But if he,
which is what
hold on, I can skip all this.
Ability to roll the whole
if he does
like,
that and it's successful, then we strap up. Okay. If he does that and it's successful, then we strap up.
So you want him to be successful in his revolution before you actually
if he's trying it.
Oh my God. So being successful is passing a policy that could potentially do something. You do realize that when someone passes a policy, it doesn't instantly make everything like terrible, right? They have to prepare. They have to go through. We actually have to wait until 2028 comes in and actually do anything. Like you guys got 4 years to arm up if you really think this is going to be an issue. Like, bro, like this rhetoric is so like, it's like, if this is seriously some bad thing that you guys actually like think, because like I think this is just they're just crazy in my mind. But if they actually think this, then bro, you got 4 years to strap up and make sure that it doesn't happen. Like bro, like calm down, chill. Like you are legitimately terminally online.
In 2028, then we can strap up. How's that?
Well, what does trying it look like? Like if he starts talking about how
I don't care if you about it.
We're already there.
No, but wait. We didn't know about the false electors till afterwards. Okay, that we only knew about the instruction. So I'm actually totally against you on this thing. This is like if we see him doing it, we're 3 months too late. Like that's like the stop him.
Well,
to be fair,
what are we gonna do if we don't see him doing it? Right?
Just real quick, Soy Pill, we knew about the false electors beforehand. If you were in right-wing circles, they were talking all about it during November. I remember seeing it myself.
Oh, okay. That's just my ignorance then. Sorry.
Okay. Caller, what do you got?
Yeah, I just had a quick clarification I just wanted to get from Destiny, even though I feel like it's been reclarified like 100 times. When it comes to like your stance on the rhetoric and the current escalation and de-escalation and where we kind of stand as a country, can you just you have said many times, you're just saying that if we're to ask the left to de-escalate and disavow all these things, it has to just be 100% reactionary, because we've kind of already laid out many a time that the left doesn't like endorse violence outwardly, at least not no one of like grand importance other than maybe somebody like Hassan, who unfortunately is like this #2 voice on Twitch politics. But everything that we do should be in reaction to Trump as the leader of the nation. So if he was to be the one that leads the call for de-escalation, you're saying that would lower the temperature from, you said 100 down to sub 50, but if we were to continue to do it, nothing would come from that, right?
It goes to 98 maybe, or actually probably not. Actually, it probably goes to like 110. It gets worse because if one side is willing to lay down and the other doesn't, then the other side just dominates you.
But and just for clarification, to anti-Fed posts, we are not saying that we should escalate until they de-escalate.
No, but whenever somebody asks you, what do you think about the violence, whatever, then so if somebody else gets killed, right? Then the response is, oh, we would like to lower the temperature of the country. We'll call for it to be lowered as soon as Donald Trump does.
All right, that's basically all I really wanted to hear. I just wanted to get clarification.
Thanks for calling in, sir.
If I can add on to that, just while we're getting a new caller, if Trump comes out and completely he says exactly what we all want him to say, is that really changing any of the minds of, like, I bring up the stat again, the 70% of college students who think it's okay to shout down speakers on campus, the 30% who say it's okay to use violence on campus, is this changing the math on the ground at all?
Yeah, because his base will listen to whatever the fuck he says, and I can't believe you're comparing people saying it's okay to shout down people on a college campus to the people that are like, let's take up arms and fucking kill people on the left. What the fuck are you talking about?
37% believe that you should be able to enact violence to prevent people from speaking.
And they actually do. Is the point. They actually go and do it. Is the point.
Totally 180. I'm voting for Trump next time. 37% of college kids said that they could throw shit or enact violence.
We're saying that there is an actual cultural problem in this country. We're not saying, oh yes, you should go vote for Trump. That's not supposed to change your mind on your.
No. Yeah, he's just being super obtuse. He's like putting words in her mouth. Like she's not saying, "Oh, we're gonna vote for Trump because 32%." Like this is just a manufactured bullshit nonsense that comes out of his mouth. Like he just assumes this shit. Like, oh, okay, she must be someone who she voted for Trump, so that's obviously what she meant, right? Like it's just projection, because every single thing that he says that comes out of his mouth, he says it just so he can have the other side, just so he can have his side win. He's a literal partisan hack, and he just assumes and projects his partisan hackery to every other person on the other side whenever someone is even slightly towards the other side, and that's why he keeps assuming that bullshit. Like obviously she didn't say that, but you just assume that, putting words in her mouth. It's garbage.
70% of college kids? That's crazy. I do. I want to completely. I agree. It's a problem. It's huge.
Well, no, 70% say violence isn't okay.
Yeah, says the guy that literally is comparing libs at TikTok to Obama. Okay, good one. You should watch the XQC debate. Like, this is retarded. Oh, well, you're comparing college kids to 70% of actual voters? What? Yeah, bro. Yeah, your comparisons are retarded too. Get out of here.
Vote for Trump because of this. We're saying it's a real fucking problem.
I agree, it is. It's crazy. 30. What were they throwing? Were they getting like a football team?
Right, he's just going to keep memeing.
Okay, this is not, oh, here's your address, ooh, boo, boo. You acknowledge that this is actually like going to lead to violence against these people and has led to violence, okay? Right?
How many, just out of curiosity, how many were hurt?
I mean, I literally don't know what you're referencing.
Yeah, I don't know the stats.
Okay, cool.
Well, no, hold on.
Very running theme in the
how many were hurt? How many were hurt?
I don't know. I don't understand how many of these people got fucking beat up by these people getting doxed by these like right-wing insane people.
Certainly, he's doxing everyone, so a bunch of people got hurt, right?
Oh my god, I can go look it up.
No, hold on, wait, stop. You're being a libcuck right now. You need to do what Gen Z did. Instead of answering that question, you need to ask him, what's an acceptable number? Put it back on him.
Okay, sure. What's an
0?
acceptable
Can you
number,
give me
buddy?
1?
Yeah,
I'll go look it up right
Milo
now.
got banned from college campuses, so you lose.
Maybe.
Boom!
I'm not entirely on a
when was the
side
last
here.
time Milo's been relevant?
Right, but I do want to give it a
culture.
chance. I do want to give it a chance.
What do you mean it's not relevant? If they're saying we're okay with using violence,
relevant.
it doesn't matter if it's relevant. What matters is no. If this is within the past 10 years, let's say first of all, this is not the only time this has happened. But if you're saying, hey, isn't it scary that 30% of people on college campuses are okay with using violence to get rid of speakers when these people demonstrably cause harm to these people with their rhetoric, as if this is like some insane thing to say that, yeah, maybe we should like blockade them from coming out. Or maybe we should scare them from coming off the campus.
It sounds to me like you think the number should be 100%. If there's people coming to campus and violently causing harm, causing violence to people, then
I think 100% would be a reasonable number in the poll. People who have actually, a correct opinion. Yes.
You should be scared to be anti-liberal in a liberal country. That should make you afraid. Fuck off and go somewhere else and take your weird authoritarian bullshit to some other place. You should be afraid in the U.S.
Gen Z. So have you seen that one video where there's like some conservatives on campus, they have a table set up, and then like a trans person comes over, they back and forth a bit, and the trans person like shrieks and then grabs the table and flips it, and all their flyers go everywhere, and then starts yelling and then marches away? Like there's been several viral videos like this. I'm sure you've seen at least one of them, right? Yeah. So that's bad. It shouldn't be happening in a liberal society. There are 10,000 problems that are way worse. Okay, this is very low on the priority list. Okay.
Actually, technically, if you were going to play this retarded game, you know what's happening in Libya right now? An actual massacre. Yeah. To my knowledge. I think it's still going. Like, kids are actually, like, starving to death. Like, it's actually really, really bad there. Or was it Libya, or was it it was one of those places in the Middle East that there's a forever war that no one really cares about because no one gives a crap about it. But yeah. Oh no, Yemen or Lemon. I forget. Yemen or Lemon. I think something's happening somewhere there. But so because there's that tragedy happening there and no one's talking about it, I think that trumps all of these other issues that we have in America. Like we're crying about freaking Trump trying to do like a January 6th that they couldn't even rule that Trump actually did it. Like when he got impeached, and they said that they couldn't impeach him for this because it didn't, like, he technically didn't actually do any of that. They couldn't find any evidence to actually do that. Like it was just, like they couldn't find they couldn't convict him because they weren't 100% sure that Trump actually did it, which is a really high standard for criminal conviction, which is good. Like if it was just a civil, maybe he might have gotten something, but it wasn't civil. It was I think criminal or impeachment. Impeachment might be a completely different thing, but they didn't impeach him. He went through the trial for that. He didn't impeach him, but like, why should we care about that? Why should we care about that? Like, you know, all the suffering that's going on all over the world with those wars. That's really bad. Like Ukraine, the Russia-Ukraine thing, that's way worse. Someone invading another country and taking land, I think that's way worse than being like, oh, well, Trump might have gotten 4 more years. He might have gotten 4 more years. Oh no, guys, that's so bad. Like, bro, like, are we really gonna play that game right now? This is retarded.
See, but I think the reason why it is important, though, is because we're talking about this is the same argument that was made about, I guess, the 60s and 70s. We're talking about the hippie revolutions, like, oh, they're just
because of a legal theory. Trump didn't do anything illegal. They didn't do anything illegal. I'm not sure if any of the lawyers actually got Wait, hold up. Let me check something. Did Trump's lawyers go to jail? No. Did Trump's lawyers go to jail because of the January 6th theory? Okay, all right. Well, we're going to go to Grok because Grok is my friend. Grok is my friend. And we are going to, boom, new thing.
No, Trump's lawyers did not go to jail because of the January 6th theory. Based on a review of legal proceedings, indictments, and outcomes related to the events of January 6, 2021, and the broader efforts to challenge the 2020 election results, no attorneys associated with Donald Trump have been imprisoned specifically for promoting or acting on what appears to be a reference to conspiracy theories surrounding the Capitol attack, often called Fedsurrection or inside job.
Oh, okay. So I was correct. Okay, so I was correct. No one actually got deleted. No one in Trump's, not even Trump's legal team, got thrown into jail and convicted on anything for the January 6th stuff. But yet we're supposed to believe that this January 6th thing is like this terrible thing. Like underneath Biden, literally underneath Biden, they didn't go to jail because they couldn't. They obviously, and I'm assuming here, but obviously, if they couldn't go, if they didn't put them in jail, they obviously didn't have the proof to put them in jail. Like that's just dead case instead. If the proof was there. Or unless you're going to argue that they deleted the proof before, but okay, all right. You can have your left-wing conspiracy theories, I guess. But, the truth is that they didn't convict them. And it's probably, and most likely, because they didn't have any proof that this was anything bad or anything criminal. Yeah.
College kids, they'll grow out of it. What's the saying, right? If you're young and conservative, you don't have a heart. If you're old and liberal, you don't have a brain. It's like they'll grow out of it. They'll start paying taxes. It's the meme. But these are the people that grew up to then become professors and completely change the entire structure of academia, which then spills over into Hollywood, then spills over into
all of them grew up to be professors. Every single college was
of course not, like 20 million all of them. But this created a culture where these people then they started occupying these cultural spaces and completely
reshaped. Antonio Gramsci argument, right?
I'm not saying they're going to grow out of this opinion. I'm saying they're correct for having it. They're actually very astute for saying, yeah, if someone is able to post my name and address, this is demonstrably going to put me in harm's way, and I might have to use violence to keep them off if the fucking college isn't going to protect me. I think that's a perfectly acceptable opinion.
Back to Wick's point, I think we're still waiting on an example of that happening.
Okay, do you want me to, if you just Google Milo Yiannopoulos, UC Berkeley, you will find. Okay, first of all, no, I'm not even going to concede. Let's say no one got hurt. If you're publicly posting addresses, and
you said that people got hurt.
Shut up, Wick. Let me finish. If you're publicly posting. People's addresses to dox them, and no one gets hurt because no one decides to go and hurt them. But it's just like, oh, thank God that no one in the coin flip decided to go fucking hurt these people, but their public addresses were posted with the intention of people going after them. You don't think that's a valid reason to say, hey, well, good thing you didn't swat me. Good thing you didn't come and fucking kill me in my house, but I'm just going to let you do it again?
None of us think that conservative commentators should be going onto college campuses and doxing students. That is obviously.
Do you think you should be able to use violence to stop them from doing it?
Soy Pill,
do you think you should be able to use violence to stop them from doing it?
Your claim was that people got hurt because they did it, and I just want to know who got hurt.
Now I'm making, before I even look it up, I'm making an even more conservative thing that I think is more defensible. Is I think you should be able to use violence to stop someone from doxing you, 100,000%, because I'm not going to put my potential harm on the line.
So if you're one example,
if they already did it, Tally, they did it. We know he did it.
But is your example Milo Yiannopoulos? Then fine.
Yes.
Milo Yiannopoulos is a crazy person, and don't.
So okay, and then if you pull a college student and say, "Hey, do you know?"
Okay, what should you be able to do if you think? Hold on. If you think someone is going to dox you, Soy Pill, you think that someone's going to release your information. What should you be able to do to them physically?
What should you be able to do to them?
If they're going to post my name and address and they're like, "I'm about to do this," they've got their finger on the button, right?
Yeah. What should you be able to do to them?
At the very least, you ever see Starship Troopers? Where he throws the knife and he sticks his hand against the wall and he says, "Yeah, the enemy cannot." Yeah, the enemy cannot press the nuke if they can't press the button. 100%, you should be able to stab their hand and not let them press the fucking spacebar button. Okay. Video game. No, not in a video game, in real life.
Jesus Christ. Okay.
Jesus Christ! They're posting your address to a bunch of people who have a demonstrable history of hurting people. Is that not fucking...
Wait, how old are you, Soy Pill? Why do you have a more radical position on random people going to schools to dox people to the President of the United States calling for fucking civil war? What the fuck is wrong with you?
Wait, this is more radical.
That's not true, but I understand why Destiny's getting mad about this, because he logical consistency, that it completely destroys Destiny's brain. If no one's logically consistent 100% of the time, he spurgs out like a little kid.
I guess Michael Knowles going to do some fucking random event at college, but you can't do anything about the president of the United States?
Okay, and you snuck in there that they have a history of hurting people, and you can't give me one person they hurt.
Milo Yiannopoulos has a history of these doxing people or getting harassment. Now, if I show you the hurting thing, now are you going to agree that we can stab them in the hand to stop them from doxing them?
Oh my god.
Well, show me the hurt.
No. Say yes or no. If I show you that Milo Yiannopoulos doxed someone and they got hurt, you would agree that it's okay to stab Milo or anyone who's going to...
got a tweet loaded up. Don't let him trick you like this.
Would you be okay with this?
Let's see what you got.
No, answer the question, Wick. It's a hypothetical.
Okay.
Make it a conditional that you can change what it means afterwards. So say like, only if I think it's a serious threat or something, or only if I think it was caused by that, so that he can link you something and you say, well, I don't think that was caused by that. You can't draw a direct link.
Well, no, I'll just give you, if you can give me someone that got hurt, and by hurt, I mean physically, not their fee-fees, okay? Not fired from their job, but physically beat up.
What about swatting where the potential of you dying is there?
Did they get hurt?
Can you answer the question? Do you understand that swatting has the potential of you dying?
Clear.
Would you consider swatting a death threat potentially if you could, because there's always the chance that they're going to fucking shoot you. Especially, I think you own weapons, don't you, Wick?
I own one weapon, and actually I own three. Okay, I got these guns here, right?
That's right.
Other than
there
that,
we go.
right?
Okay.
So you think doxing
just because so that it would be okay to stab someone in the head right before they're about to press post.
Swatting is different than someone going out and getting actually physically hurt. Swatting has the potential to hurt.
I would consider swatting potentially...
It increases the chance that they get physically hurt. I'll agree with that. But can you give me a chance where they got actually physically hurt?
The Supreme Court's already ruled on this in Brandenburg with the incitement test. There has to be specificity and imminence. Just posting someone's information, I agree, horrible thing to do, completely immoral, but not illegal. I mean, it sounds like you're saying you're being consistent. It sounds like you're saying it should be illegal if you're going so far as to say you should...
Depending on the context.
Some states, isn't it?
Yeah, and if you...
some states?
Well, I don't know on all 50 states. I mean, each state has their own criminal law, so... I can look it up, but...
Okay, but are you saying, just like, let's remove legality. Are you saying if someone posts addresses and they have a history of people whose addresses they posted get hurt because they have an audience of people who might be more inclined to do that, it's just totally fine if they keep doing it because they're not the ones hurting them?
I mean, I know you said take the law out of it. Unfortunately for you, I'm not going to do that.
Do you have morals, or is that not...
I do.
I mean, I know you don't, but like...
Okay, just to be clear to the retards, the sub-IQ motherfuckers in my chat that are saying, I think swatting is okay, absolutely not. I think that there are plenty of things that are not okay, even though they don't give physically harm. But Soy Pill made a very specific claim, and he loited his argument on this
Wait, why don't you think
that Milo
okay,
Yiannopoulos had gotten people physically hurt.
Wick, why do you think swatting's not okay?
Okay, swatting's not okay because it increases the chances of
attempt murder.
Do you think it's almost akin to attempted murder, at least like halfway there?
It's really bad, yes.
Okay, if you post someone's address and you know there's a very good chance they'll get swatted, would you say that maybe you're an accessory to said thing?
Can you draw a direct line between this person's...
Okay, sorry. Let me ask an easier question. Do you think Milo Yiannopoulos is so retarded he doesn't think that his audience goes after people when he posts their address?
I think Milo Yiannopoulos
Why do you think he posts their address, actually? What do you think he does when he does that?
It's an intimidation tactic.
Why would it intimidate them if they're not going to go after them? There's no violence.
Because it increases the chance that someone is going to use their address and cause them harm.
Okay, do you think you should be able to use any sort of
No, I don't think doxing is okay. Frankly,
no,
you made a specific claim that you're weaseling out of.
I'm not weaseling. I'm going to show you.
He is weaseling out because he made the claim that, the Milo guy tried to got people hurt, and now he's saying, all right, give me examples of where people got hurt because of Milo Yiannopoulos. And now he can't present it. So now he's weaseling out of it, saying like, well, I mean, potentially getting hurt is kind of the same as actually getting hurt, right? Right, guys? And that's obviously not true. Freaking retard.
But I'm waiting for you because it seems because it seems like even in the hypothetical of yes, this person might cause imminent death to you by swatting you, and he knows that his audience will do this. Well, I don't think you should use violence to stop him from causing people to go to your house or swat you or any of this stuff because I mean we don't know if it's going to happen, and he doesn't know for sure. He's just posting it because he wants to scare them, right? Is it not okay?
You said that Milo Yiannopoulos went onto campuses,
don't ignore everything I just said, please,
and got them hurt. Show me where that happened. That's all I'm asking.
I'm going to do that.
Okay,
but I'm asking you. But it doesn't matter if when I show you, you're not going to hold to the principle that
I will hold to the principle if they got hurt.
You haven't said your principle. You said it doesn't. If they do that,
I'm asking you. It's a yes or no. It's a binary thing. Did it happen?
Because why do I show you the evidence if you won't even concede in a hypothetical?
I'm conceding. If they got hurt, I will concede the argument. Show me where they got hurt.
It's okay to commit violence against someone for doxing you or attempting to dox you.
Oh, it's okay. It depends on we need more context. Dox you how?
Okay, the context is
dox you by releasing your face if you were a VTuber. That's doxing.
No, here's
releasing your home address,
and here's their full name and address. Yeah, you should be able to commit violence against someone for doxing you.
Some form of violence. I don't think you could kill them, right? But I think you could
kill them. I said throw a knife into their hand to stop them from posting.
Sure, doing something violent towards them would be justified, at least morally.
Thank you for joining the 30% Wick. Now I'll go find you the evidence. You guys can hash it out.
You don't even have. Okay, you don't even know what's. God damn it. Okay. But I just want to be clear that this happens a lot of times. Well, they make claims. They'll come in, make claims, load those claims with this happened. They got hurt. There was an untold number that were harmed by what this person was doing on campus, and therefore we need to shut them down. But when I ask, can you give me one example We get
oh, I don't know, I'm gonna go look it up now. Mr. Vibes, this guy's Mr. Vibes. I thought he was just deleting Tally about being a vibe voter, and he literally just was on vibes for this. He's like, he thinks that happened. I feel like it happened. He feels like Milo Yiannopoulos did cause harm. So now I'm gonna go look it up because I just wanted to win this point. So he just did the whole vibes game right now. Freaking epic, man. And honestly, Wick, you're good on you for actually pointing this bullshit out from this guy, because he got mad, and then now he's defending himself, and now he feels bad, and then Destiny's not gonna say anything because Destiny would try to defend him, but he just came in and completely like railroaded Destiny and hammering down and get him on a point. And you know what? Good on you for that. But that was funny. That was funny. That was funny. You just got railed. You just got railed by Wick.
Oh, I have to go look.
To be clear, the issue is that initially it was presented as a huge problem that 70% of college kids said it's okay to shout down people, or 30% said it's okay to stop people.
Yeah, that's great. No one really cares what you have to say. Mr. Terminally Online. All right, all of your views are completely skewed. Let's get to the next thing.
Twitter. Thank you for calling in. Okay, gang. Soy Pill, have you found your example yet?
Oh, he still hasn't found it yet. Yo, that's funny.
Believe it or not, the people who were doxxed don't want their names out there, so it's hard to find what happened to them.
Okay, well, you can DM it to me later, and then we can have another stream at some other point about this.
To be clear, it's still like
you don't even. So you just lied. You lied. You said that people got hurt, and now you're like, oh, I can't find the information where people got hurt because they don't want to like shout them out. Like they don't want to shout them out. Like that. This is the definition of being a weasel. He weaseled out of that. He made a claim, a very strong claim, and then when Wick told him to all right, prove that claim, he's like, well, actually, he keeps making excuses for himself and why he can't prove the claim. Good one. Yeah, the Soy Pill. That's why he's called the Soy Pill.
I said, doxing in and of itself is a threat insofar as you're posting it to a rabid mob who's going to harass you, which is just, I know you think that's true, regardless of whether or not it's the campus speaker. And if you agree that if there's something that could happen, such as swatting or violence because of this, it's not unreasonable for a college student to say, yeah, I think it might be okay to use some sort of violence, depending on how they ask the question, to stop them from releasing your public address, right?
Again, the reason...
Preemptive violence, if you don't know, if you're just assuming that someone might come out here with the dox, that is obviously bad.
Okay, what about people that have doxed already?
Because one of them might dox someone?
No, that already doxed.
So once you've been
while
doxed,
they were speaking on college campuses?
No, as in they posted their faces and names online preemptively before they even got to the campus, which is what Milo did at Berkeley.
We're all condemning Milo Yiannopoulos.
Oh.
I mean, no one here is...
So would you say that it would be okay
The problem with Milo is
stop
Milo
him?
boarded the child rape train like 10 years too early. He fucked up on that one really hard.
Okay. Anything else from anyone else, or are we good?
I guess that maybe.
I let the record show I'm not good. I think these two people are unfucking hinged, and we're supposed to treat it like it's normal. I think it's crazy.
You don't have to treat them as it's normal, but what we're
treating it like
doing
normal right now. We're treating both these people like they're rational, functional human beings. These people are fucking crazy.
Yeah, because they are. They are. You're the only weirdo here. You're the only one that's being like, you know what? We should meet them where they are, tit for tat. Like 2 days after someone literally got shot and deleted gruesomely on a freaking campus, where he's talking about talking about literally just talking and sharing his mind and his opinions and how he sees the world and how good his stuff and how his worldview is the better worldview with passion. Like, bro, yeah, okay, but we're supposed to treat the other two people are the crazy people here. Yeah, the guy that's making fun of kids, making fun of kids dying in Texas is the not weird one here. Okay, good one, Destiny. Yeah, we Destiny's obviously the person you go to know whether you think if Destiny says someone is weird or insane, obviously he's the person to go to and actually get that information from. True. Yeah, because he knows exactly how that's gonna work out.
I mean, you're just completely out of touch if you think that either of us are crazy. We're not saying everything that you would like us to say, but we're obviously moderate, normal people. And again, maybe you don't like what we have to say, but then you are out of touch with the majority of the country.
True. Ooh. True. True.
It's fine, and the majority of the country is fucking crazy. If it's okay to support somebody who uses the military...
Then by your logic, then we need civil war. If people like Gen Z Attorney and I are crazy, then yes, we do need civil war then. You should be coming to get people like us, because apparently the majority of the country is a threat to you. If we are crazy...
Yes!
The only thing necessary for evil to succeed is for people to stay neutral? Yeah, true. Space.
So here's the thing. I'm not sure that this applies to you, Tally, but I think this probably applies to you. Gen Z. If Gavin Newsom came out and he actually said, "No, this is war now. It's time to go and shoot up Republicans. I'm forming Gavin's garrison to enact justice upon the right," I think you'd be freaking out, and rightfully so. So you have to understand that it is going the other way right now.
Because remember when Trump signed that executive order like a week ago, saying that police can join up his private new fucking the state park guard or whatever the fuck he formed in DC? I know nobody here knows about that because nobody gives a fuck when Trump does unhinged shit. But
so what? We have police forces all over the United States. Like, so what if the thing is private versus like we have private security guards that literally beat up police officers, and they're all over the United States. Oh, but Trump made a police force private. God, no. Oh, it's not like we've had like literal equivalents to that. Like security, like you do understand that private security are freaking crazy, right? They're very freaking good. Like they're FBI freaking good.
Executive order. Holy shit.
Yeah. Oh, exaggerate that thing. Yeah, good one, Destiny. Good one.
To answer your question, Dad, but listen to the difference you just inserted in there, and I think I like to see the good in everybody. I think everyone is being honest and trying to get to a better solution. But basically, what you just said, you phrased it as if Gavin Newsom said, "It's time for war. Let's form the militia to go shoot Republicans." I think obviously that is completely over the line. But is anyone on the right? I'm seeing a lot of these vague calls like "this means war," "enough is enough." But it's like I'm not seeing the here and now. Here's the people we need to go after. Like it's just honestly more of the same. Which I agree.
Wait, is there a single person on the left? Is there a single person on the left, including Hassan and all the tankies? Is there a single person on the left whose rhetoric then you would condemn under that standard? Is there anybody who's done a specific call to violence on anybody?
Yeah, most of them just cheer. They just go, "LOL."
Right? Yeah, you don't even like you're giving standards that you don't even believe in. It's a joke.
No, I'm talking. Well, we're conflating two different things again. That's why I stopped to think about it. If it was actually the same question, but no, if we're talking about once again,
Destiny. Not everyone can like think at 3,000 minutes, 3,000 words per second. Like, bro, chill. Like, let people think. Actually use their brain. You want them to just spurg out like you and just say random nonsense, and then you can get them on their random nonsense. But when people actually sit down and think for a second and actually give out an actual like legit take, that's when you know that you're gonna lose. So like, of course, you get mad when people actually try and sit down and think, because then you can't actually like attack anything because they'll actually give out a base point.
Splitting off between, it's just like this whole doxing debate we just had. The difference between constitutionally protected First Amendment activity and actual incitement to violence. These are two completely different things. And so, of course, no one's going to be out there explicitly inciting violence. Because of course they're not. Because you're going to be.
How do you feel about Donald Trump trying to make flag burning like an aggravated part of a criminal charge?
Yeah,
I think it's based. It's our flag. Make it. Yeah, it's going to trigger a lot of people that live in America. So like, yeah, why not do it? Based. True.
I think I disagree with that. I think flag burning is it's expressive conduct that should be protected under the First Amendment. Obviously, huge disagree with doing it. But as far as whether or not,
well, think of it this way: the flag. You're burning the flag. The flag symbols the freedom of speech that you uphold. So if you're going to burn the symbol that literally says, oh, you like freedom of expression, but you're going to burn the thing that symbolizes freedom of expression, I guess you don't like freedom of expression. So you probably shouldn't have that. Like, that's true. You're going to destroy the freedom of expression, then I guess you don't want it. Yeah, based.
It's protected under the First Amendment. I think it should be. So yeah.
How do you feel about them making decisions about deporting people based on whether?
So I disagree with what he said there, but like, it's not bad. I think it's good. Yeah.
Let's stop right there then, because
look at him. He's gonna keep saying, "Oh, what do you think about it? What do you think about this? What do you think about that?" And then he's gonna get him on something, and then like he's just playing the clips game right now, clip farming right now. That's what Destiny's doing.
Look what just happened there. Okay, you asked a point, I bit the bullet, and now it's immediate pivot to the next point. Can we just stop and actually acknowledge?
Yeah, true. Oh. Yes.
That when there are points where we can actually maybe agree on something and then build this bridge back that we're trying to build, it's completely dismissed, and now it's immediately on to the next point. Like, why would I concede any point in that paradigm?
You're not really conceding.
True. No, he literally did concede that. I disagree with him. He literally just did. Bro, what are you saying? Oh, no. He needs to go back into the past and talk to his audience and say, actually, guys, he didn't actually just do, like, don't listen to your ears or your eyes and like look at his lips. No, what he just did was completely fake.
Anything. These are minor things you don't agree on, and none of it would change your vote. At the end of the day, the only thing that matters is who you vote for. And so
if none of it matters, why?
Okay, so now you're changing that. Now he's changing the goalposts. Yeah, goalposting. Literally, we're doing common ground. It's like, well, actually, that doesn't matter because you're just still gonna vote for the bad person. So who cares if we agree on this?
Asking me, I guess.
Because it's funny to see how hypocritical you guys will go.
Well, hey, we can up our $20 bet. We can make it $1,000 on there not being a Trump 2028, but
Wick, I have to say, I was totally wrong. I found the wrong thing. I thought that he was doxing the addresses of these transgender students. That's not what happened. He was threatening undocumented students to dox them so that ICE would take them away and deport them, which is in and of itself just the violent action. So it's completely worse than I thought it was. And I totally think that ICE would take them away and deport them, which is, that's not what happened. He was threatening undocumented students to dox them so that ICE would take.
So he was threatening undocumented ICE students so that ICE could take them away. Okay, cool. Good one. So when ICE, but he hurt people in war, man. Milo, he hurt people he hurt the bad Russians that were illegally in America because they were trying to become a spy for Russians. Yeah, he hurt those guys. So I win the argument there. See, I won the argument because he hurt undocumented immigrants that were Russians, and they were trying to become spies. It was confirmed, but I did win the argument because they got hurt. Good one, Soy Pill. Good one.
Take them away and deport them, which is in and of itself just the violent action. So it's completely worse than I thought it was. And I totally think that you can prevent this person from coming to campus. By the way, not just posting about it online, he's specifically going to come to the campus, project their names and faces onto the walls and say, hey, everyone in this fucking room, go find this guy and call ICE on them. Sorry, I thought it was way not that bad. It's way worse than I thought. So yeah, I'll DM that to you so you can read it.
Okay.
But even then, I mean, I think that's still gross, but it's still failing under any sort of...
The university should not allow for harassment of their students on their campus. Like that's completely reasonable. That is targeted harassment of students.
True.
And that could okay to that. She's only saying that because of the Jew thing and the Israel thing, 100%.
See, look, all he's doing is memes. All he projects that everyone else is doing memes, but that's the only thing he does. He projects that everyone else is just memeing around, but he's the only one that memes. He's the only one that memes.
I'm saying it's bad to dox people and put up pictures of them on the auditorium and put their name and address out there. What does that have to do with Israel?
Well, do you think you should be able to use violence to stop them from doing it if the university fails to protect you?
You can use violence to stop a legal process from unfolding. The enforcement of immigration. Which
I'm not asking you. I don't give a shit what you think.
You're asking a legal question, and now you don't want me.
No, I know legally that legally undocumented people should be deported because they're undocumented. That's how it works.
Yeah, it's true. Yes, I literally was making this point. Thank you, lawyer, for making my point for me again.
Yeah, but I don't agree with this morally. I'm asking Tali if you think that someone's going to come in and say, hey, I'm going to post your name and face so that ICE comes and rounds you up. Would you think you should be able to resist that in any way, shape, or form? Not saying murder. I'm not saying do any crazy violent protest. Just, hey, I'm going to physically resist you even.
Well, you're going to have to be more specific because you're saying not any violence.
Milo Yiannopoulos says, I'm going to come and...
All right, I'm going to skip all that.
I like them.
As do I. I like them.
It's pretty fun, yeah.
Me too.
Disgusting.
We might have Drew Pablo on Tuesday.
Yeah, that might be fun too.
He agreed to come on. We're just waiting to confirm the date.
Okay,
so that
Tuesday we might have Drew Pablo, and I can ask him why he decided to switch parties because of all this shit. And that should be fun. Okay, with that, I'll see you guys later. Wait, bye everyone.
Damn, this was wild. This was wild. Pretty good. Do what's on screen, actually. Yes, do what's on screen. Yeah, like and subscribe. Comments are great too.